Okay, the red light is on.
It's recording. Okay.
Red
What?
light is on. Cassidy's here in the background, annoying the shit out of you guys. And Chester's here, apparently.
Chester.
Whoever. Cass, did you put Chester here?
Who put that on the thing, the plant up there?
I don't know. It seems like something you would do. Wait, is this from the Duolingo?
No, that's Duolingo's an owl.
Oh, okay.
I think that's some. I thought it was
Well,
Club
he's here.
Penguin.
Maybe
at
he's our
first.
new mascot.
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't want him on the wall, though. Welcome back, guys. We're back in the new shop. Whoa!
Oh yeah, that's
Where's
right.
You can add
I'll
the
add
applause
that.
later. Yay from the audience. Anyway, we made it into our new shop. For a lot of you guys don't probably know what the fuck went down. All of a sudden, we're in this new building. Omar looks different. He doesn't work for us anymore. He's a jackass now. So things are different now.
Yeah. I mean, I helped you guys move. I was still with you guys then, and then once they finished, I was like, all right, I'm out this bitch.
Yeah. You were like, oh, I'm going to get a big boy job now and wear Crocs for the rest of my life at the hospital.
Hey.
Yay,
Food.
pizza. Pizza time. Pizza. You notice how she brings me the cauliflower crust because she's on maybe fat? Dude, so, yeah, that's our little tidbit. Like, you probably don't want to rant on that too much, but everybody knows now.
I'm
Moved to a bigger location.
I'm still a busboy, though.
Omar's still a busboy at heart.
At heart.
Especially at home, doing those dishes.
I do those dishes at home.
Cleaning his coffee mug.
I still wear an apron.
Real quick, to everybody out there who's listening, thanks so much for the support. We really appreciate it. We're gonna get back on track here. I know a couple people were asking, where the are you guys? What is going on? Like, you're not podcasting. My YouTube channel's like nothing right now. I got like one TikTok on there that I posted.
How long has it been since we were not since we recorded last, but since we recorded last?
I think it's literally been. I think it was like December.
I remember it was the one with Kaylee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even listened to that.
I haven't finished it yet. That's why.
Cool. Since December. At least we got some stuff in the chamber for you guys. It will be throwback episodes, but it'll be fun. It'll be more content. It'll be a little bit more of everything for everybody.
Yeah.
And now that we have the setup here, we've done it once. We're here. We'll get back on track.
Yep.
At least once a week, I think we can knock something out for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's old or new. But there's some good content. You know what? I was a little upset that we didn't get to talk about, or like never came out, was the Halloween episode.
Oh my god!
And where we realized that we had like told our both scariest stories, and we didn't get them out. Omar and I were alone.
We were alone. It was like
Omar was drunk on Red Bull, and I was like 10 drinks in.
Topo Chicos.
We were literally scaring the shit out of each other, telling our scariest moments of our life.
Yeah.
Today,
I have a little
creepy episode.
I have a little clip. I have it saved. It's a little 8-second clip, and it's Aaron going.
Wait, did you press it twice?
And it's because we hadn't pressed the record button, and when he said, "All right, stop it," I pressed the button and it started recording. You were talking about one with Lincoln, and how someone was at your door.
Oh,
that story.
Yeah, that is the story I told.
Yeah.
So, just to set the mood for everybody, I used to live in Glendale. I came from the streets. A lot of people don't believe this, but I came from the streets.
Can you say give us a little where in the streets?
I grew up in like South Peoria, South Glendale area.
Okay.
And yeah, the streets. I'm a hardcore, hard knock living success story entrepreneur from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually just kidding. I had a really nice childhood, but at this point, I was living in a house in Glendale, not like the nicest neighborhood, but like a newer suburb area, kind of but rough neighbors, like all rental property stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I lived there with two of my buddies for 3 years. It was a big party house for us. And then across the street, like for a moment, like in time, like maybe 6 to 8 months, we had this one set of neighbors, and they were like real rough, trashy, like I don't even know what was going on over there. Like looked like just like a lot of domestic like disputes and stuff like that. But one night we were drinking beers, watching football. They came over like to our house,
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Omar's food has arrived.
Thanks.
You want
to
to
the
say hi, Kai?
waitress.
Hello?
Okay, so back to the story. The creepy story.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're freaking watching football. These guys come knocking on the door, and they're like, "Hey, we're your neighbors. You guys watching the game?" And we were like watching like some
Random shit. Yeah.
My roommate at the time, he's real gullible. He's like, "Yeah, come on in, guys." These guys are like, we're like maybe 23. These guys were like 54 or something. And I was like, these guys are literally coming to scope out the house and see what we got in here. And it was odd. They were like obviously on one, like whether it was like drugs or whatever, like just drunk or whatever. Then like a couple weeks later, they had come by and asked if like they could, or the one guy had come by and asked if he could do our yard. And I was like, whatever. I was like, nah, man, we're good. Like, you know, I'm a 23-year-old Mexican kid. Like I do my own yard.
Yeah.
I was just like, I've been doing yards my whole life, bro. Like I got this unlocked. Don't worry about it. Anyway, to cut to the chase and get to the creepy part, it's about a week later.
Mm-hmm.
It's late.
How late? Like
it was 3:00 in the morning,
okay.
and I'm like laying down in my bed upstairs. This is a 2-story house, pretty big house. Big house. So when you're like downstairs or you're on your own in your own area in the house, you know, you're pretty alone. And I'm sitting there and I remember like, you know, when you're half asleep but you wake up because you hear something and you're not sure if you dreamt it or if it was on TV or what.
Like when you hear the doorbell ring and you're like, did I hear that?
Spot on, bro.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I'm like, I hear ding dong and I'm like, what the So I'm just trying to go back to sleep. But I can't get the sound of the doorbell out of my head. And so I'm like, fuck, man. So I just like pull the covers off. You know, I sit on the edge of my bed. You know, I'm full 6-pack, you know, at this point in my life, freaking jacked out of wazoo, just looking slim and fit at this point.
Okay, buddy, keep going.
And so I go downstairs and I'm like walking towards the door, and now I'm like got this uneasy feeling. And it's really quiet. And I walk up to the door, and I'm like about to look through the peephole. And while I'm looking through the peephole, I just kind of narrow my eye, look through the peephole, and boom, I see 2 guys, both wearing trench coats, holding what looks like is like a rifle and a gun. And they're not facing me. They're facing the street with their backs towards me.
Fuck.
And the one guy's head was so close back to the door, and like I could see just a side silhouette of his back of his face, side of his face, just to say, and you could just see the air coming, like the fog from his breath.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, and I gasped. And I was like, holy shit, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was going on. And I went down there so randomly that I didn't have my phone on me. I was just wearing, like, you know, my PJs. So I had nothing on me. And I'm, like, thinking, do I watch these guys right now who are probably trying to... I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I didn't know if I should watch them and make sure that they like walk away and leave.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should run upstairs and grab a weapon and then go back downstairs and then go down there and see that they're gone and maybe they're flanking the house now. They're going around back.
Right. And in the moment you can like think straight.
Yeah, and in the moment I'm like, and then you're like, do I say something?
Right.
Like, do I go, hey, like, you know, do the dad like what, you know, like God, it scared me. And I'm like at a loss for what I should do.
Yeah.
I run upstairs to get my phone, and I knock on Austin's door and Johnny's door. They're not home, or they're not waking up at the very least. So I get on my phone. I'm calling the police. I go back downstairs, and I'm like whispering to the police. I'm like, there is somebody at my house, outside of my door. They banged on my door. They rang my doorbell. They're holding something in their hands, and they're wearing coats, and they're not facing me. and I don't know what to do. And they're like, do not open the door. Do not open the door. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to open the door. And then like, where are they? And I'm like, they're standing right here. And I'm like whispering. And they're like, did you say anything to them? And I'm like, no. And they're like, don't. And I'm like, okay. And then they went left. And when they walked left, I couldn't see them anymore through the people. And I was worried about them going around back because our back doors were like Arcadia doors. So all they have to do is just kick it. She's like, we have an officer on the way. He'll be there in 30 seconds. Just hang on. He pulled up and like they were gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he rang the doorbell and he was like, it's okay, come on out. Nobody's here. There's another cop on the way. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he's like, what the fuck was going on? And I'm like, I think it was those guys who live across the street. Mm-hmm. And I told him everything that had happened. And he's like, dude, thank God you did not answer the door. He's like, that's usually the last moment. He ended up going across the street because their garage was open and those guys were in the garage.
The cop did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, dude, something weird is going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to stay away from those guys. But they're living like homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a weapon. And he said, I asked them what the fuck they were doing, knocking on your door. Mm-hmm. And they said that you had told them that they were to do your yard.
At 3 a.m. in the fucking morning.
Yeah. And he's like, obviously, they're not going to do your yard at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, like what?
And he's like, there's nothing that you can do. He said that they got evicted from the house, but they have the garage door, so they're living in the garage.
That's a thing?
They were just opening up the garage door and living in the garage.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me this dude probably, or these two dudes probably almost killed you, and the cop pretty much just gave him a warning saying,
yeah,
right, just don't do it.
Yeah, because there was nothing that they could do.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that... Unfortunately, like when you call the police, that's like what happens 9 times out of 10. They're like, yeah, that's a bummer, man. Not anything we can do anything about it. Like, we can't do shit. We wish you good luck. We'll see you on the news when you're dead.
Good luck, though.
Like,
damn.